Hey folks, welcome back to PlayStation Underground. You got Kristen, Sid, and Mike from Capcom here. We are playing Resident Evil 2 on a PS4 Pro, and we are so excited.
I am beyond excited all weekend. I have been waiting for this. I've been thinking about it. Resident Evil 2, one of my favorites on PS1. So thanks, Mike and Blake's driving right now. Thanks for coming by and showing it off.
Yeah, nice. Thanks for hosting us, guys. Super happy to have, we're showing a little bit of Claire gameplay today. Sherry Birkin on screen right now.
I was going to say, we saw a little bit at this at TGS, but we're going to be seeing a little bit more of an expanded look at this entire play level.
Definitely. So there's a lot of stuff going on here. We're in the underground parking garage now. Gonna have a fun little cutscene for you guys to help set up what we're gonna be seeing today.
The graphics already are just blowing me away. I played Resident Evil 2 when I was younger, but I was way too scared to finish it. So I'm excited now that I'm a grown person who can handle horror.
Fun fact for me, Resident Evil 2, a seminal game on the original PlayStation. It's the only game, it's the only anything that got me to play hooky or attempt to play hooky, so I could go pick it up on launch day.
Amazing.
And leave school. Stay in school, kids. Don't be me.
Definitely no. This was my first Resident Evil game for myself, RE2 as well. So it does have like a special place in my heart. Seeing these characters built out the way they are now it's something else. So.
And this is a full remake. This isn't just a remastered treatment, a fresh coat of paint. This is from the ground up using the Resident Evil 7 engine.
That's right. We've done a lot of the HD remasters and things like that. But this is as you can see, full from the ground up. Making the same engine as RE7, the RE engine, but we've had some games that have developed on it, so you're seeing basically the best of what we've got.
Gorgeous.
Absolutely.
Looks gorgeous.
Claire looks so good.
Can't wait to see one of those liquors. We have all the cast of characters.
That's right.
The ghoulish.
Everybody you remember's back, whether you want them or not.
I was gonna say, I think I'm ready to wait a little bit before we see our first one.
What's this all about? Child endangerment.
So just to remind us, who is this that we're seeing?
So this is the Raccoon City Police Chief, Brian Irons. A little bit of a story exposition without spoiling too much. Basically, he's looking for Sherry Birkin for some reason. This is Claire obviously trying to take care of Sherry, but it looks like she's in a little bit of trouble at the moment. So,
What's your name? What's your fucking name?
She's not gonna take that.
Claire!
These people should all be working together to survive this terrible, horrific
We
scenario.
all would hope we would be that way during the zombie apocalypse.
You better be
During
taking it to my
outbreaks.
mom.
I have a feeling he's not taking you to your mom, Sherry.
Stop
Boo.
hurting her, please!
Don't tell me how to do my job.
Stop!
This guy seems a little unqualified for his lofty position, right?
yeah, I'd say so.
Fix that.
She'll probably need that later.
I'll get you, you fucker!
Ooh, the
Yeah.
tension.
That's a good example of a lot of the things that we've done to the game. It's like this scene back in the day in the original is very short. It's just, a bunch of very low poly characters meeting, saying two words, and then poof, they're gone.
Yeah,
And
you're really able to expand on the narrative. The advanced graphics really let the story open up a lot more.
Yeah, they have a lot of fun with the cutscenes. People have been steeping in this in our Osaka office, waiting to. This is like a lot of people's dream game to make. So they're like, I know exactly what I want to do.
The full vision is realized finally. Yeah, that's terrific.
So Sherry's been taken. We are now looking to basically find that key card. We're going to try to head to Brian Irons' office.
Now I saw a reference to sub-weapons. So is that in, is it similar to what we saw in the Resident Evil 1 remake?
So it's going to be more similar to what you've seen in RE7.
Okay.
If you hit the, you can check the quick selects on D-pad. There's the inventory selection that's mostly like RE7, but you will find, like the original game, upgrades. You'll get gun stocks and additional slides and things like that to add accessories to your weapons.
That was like one of the first games that I ever played where you could get like the triple burst upgrade for the pistol with Leon and all of that great stuff. I love that stuff.
Got it.
So that's the elevator eventually we need to get up.
Interesting.
There's going to be a zombie around here, I can tell already.
But also naturally like Resident Evil. You don't have the keys, you don't have the stuff, you've got to go find that stuff, solve puzzles.
You got to plunge into the darkness.
I'm already so nervous.
I know, I'm super nervous right now.
Because I'm sure it's not, the setups probably aren't exactly the same as they were in the original.
Right.
Just so that people aren't just like, oh, I know it's going to be around this corner. It's a whole new game.
Yeah, we want everybody to, especially if you've played it before, like, you're going to feel super nostalgic, but the puzzles aren't going to be exactly the same because it's no fun if you've played it a million times already and you just blast right through it. So there is that might be a familiar face.
Oh, God. Thank God she has a flashlight.
This is so atmospheric. I love it.
I know. I'm like holding my breath a little. Oh no.
Oh,
So you might remember these guys. Obviously, with the power of the RE engine, looking a lot nastier.
Yeah, they still move really gross.
And as you can see, this isn't a bug or anything here. They're actually completely blind.
Yeah.
So you can see him kind of like snooting around. He can hear, he can feel her heat.
There's the one on the roof. No.
Oh, that's creepy.
That's what scared me so much in the first one when it was on the roof and just looking down at you.
Yep.
No
Got
thanks.
that big tongue like drooling on you.
No thanks.
That's a cool detail. That's new from the last game.
Mm-hmm.
That they can't see like that.
Yeah, in the original PlayStation 1, if you encountered them, that was it. Like, there's no getting around it.
Well, hopefully they can't use doors.
Yeah. Can only hope.
Wandering. Ooh. Got a couple dead friends.
I wouldn't be turning my back on that body right there.
What makes you say that?
A lot of the time, like, I mean, in most games, you'd put a round off on him just to make sure he's down. But Resident
here.
Evil, you don't get too much ammo, so you
Yeah.
got to be careful with how many times you do that.
Ah! Man.
Giant roaches.
Yeah, those are some pretty big roaches.
Gotta
even
love
for-
just hanging around a morgue.
They're just water bugs. It's not roaches.
That's what happens when the T-virus gets into all the systems, the zombie roaches.
Oh boy. Yeah, I was gonna say put the gun up quick.
I'm also a little curious why there's a morgue next to a parking garage, but you know, that's just me.
Yeah, you know, Raccoon
Also,
City. All bets are off.
Who put a flash grenade in the morgue?
If we're gonna go down that path, Mike, we're gonna have a very different recording here.
At the end of the day, we're treating this as a new game, and we know a lot of fans like that over-the-shoulder
Oh, no.
Yeah,
perspective.
this
so-
brings it in line with RE4.
Yes.
Oh man, all of our creepy crawlies.
Oh boy.
He's like, wait,
Oh.
I just want to talk.
This gore tech is nuts.
Oh
Look
my
at
gosh.
Yeah. You can even see, like, if you hit them in the knee, like, they'll start shambling in different ways
Oh,
based on where you
wow.
shot them.
I want to
Like-
meet the individual responsible for these zombie
Yeah.
shamble animations. I mean,
It's very reactive.
yeah.
Even if you, like, every individual, like, knife slice will carve something into them that will never leave there, so.
Oh,
That was a mistake.
No, 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 no.
Careful.
Uh-oh.
This is
He's
not
got
good.
a buddy. He's got a buddy.
This is not good at all.
Oh. Claire, get out of there.
Oh.
Ponytail was a bad
Grenade
choice.
launcher. They move quick.
Oh. Oh. Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
They haven't learned to open doors yet, thankfully. So.
Oh.
He's like, I heard what you did over there.
Okay.
Nice. Ooh.
Get him with that acid round. Grenade launchers, you only get maybe a couple shots in this game, but they are kind of an emergency weapon for obviously when you run into guys like that.
Got any herbs?
She's hurting, yeah.
There we go.
Much better.
A soothing sound. Oh.
Just gonna take a relaxing moment.
That's right. Dangerously low on ammo, I want to point out here.
Yeah. We are risking it all today, guys.
That's right. Only on PlayStation Underground.
Well, hopefully if we're in the gun range now, there might be some
Yeah.
ammo.
Yeah.
Please help me. Yeah.
True to Resident Evil 4, I'm sure there's like two rounds in the box or something. What was
So
that?
yeah, still, I think it was since it's the first time for this demo specifically, it's telling you to, hey, check out this thing. Maybe there's something inside.
I love these. I love manipulating stuff in 3D. I hope there's not a bug in there.
So not quite as useful as you thought it might be, but you might need it later.
I got a trick to unbend bent keys. I'll tell you afterwards.
That's gonna be
Only
the
here on
card we take and get out of
PlayStation
here.
Underground. Well, what do we got over here?
Some red herbs.
Yeah.
So that's the another part of RE you might not have. I mean, I think most of you who've played this series are probably used to it, but item management, inventory management, definitely can't drop stuff. So you got to choose what you really want.
Oh no.
So you see some film rolls. You might be able to discover some photos that help you give you some clues. Some red herbs. Those help sort of power up your herbs. But he doesn't have any room for them. So
Oh my god.
These
this gore.
graphics,
This
I
gore is
know.
something else.
you can even shoot limbs off as she lost her arm there.
Ooh.
Oh, red.
Was that a flash grenade?
I think it was, yeah.
that we found in the morgue came in handy.
So that's a lot. That was one thing I think we took from the first remake that we did of the first game. Sort of emergency items.
Yeah.
Like you can get a grenade. You can use your knife. There's sort of a get off me just
Oh
in
my
case you
gosh,
need
she's
that.
still.
She's resilient. Raccoon City Police don't mess around.
Yeah.
That's right. Tough. Only the finest.
They've been through a lot. Okay. Where'd she go?
This is awesome. I'm gonna like just marathon this when this comes out. When is this? January 20.
January
25th?
25th.
Call off work that week.
We'll know that you're playing hooky, Sid.
We've heard the stories about you.
We have it on tape.
Sorry, I've got bronchitis and stomach bug and everything else.
Right, bro.
I think we're safe in here.
It's almost too quiet. Oh, back at that
Scared to
elevator.
breathe.
I know.
Yeah. So the very choice use of sound design and music and things like that. Sometimes it's just pouring in, but sometimes you just don't need it.
Yeah.
Just left to your thoughts, and that's sometimes scariest thing ever.
Absolutely. Sometimes the silence is much more unnerving. I like the leftover
Yeah.
plate.
Yeah.
Ooh.
There you go. Maybe some upgrades to your weapons there.
Excellent.
Glad someone got their last meal before
Yeah.
everything
Cheese
went out.
ravioli before they were eaten by a zombie.
I'm always fascinated by food that's rendered in games. I always
Yeah.
stare at it. It didn't do me much good in Resident Evil 7, unfortunately.
All right, so we got our elevator working now. Heading up to find that key card.
Controls going to be familiar to Resident Evil 4 fans.
Yep, very familiar. Over the shoulder shooter style, kind of mixed with some of the things that we had. Inventory system from RE7. To sort of pick and choose some of the best elements that we
Yeah.
had throughout
I
the
was going to
series.
say the
Smart.
gameplay is really smooth.
Yep. Yes, it's very polished already.
There you go. Mix those herbs.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Outside of Resident Evil, I've never seen a blue plant or, well, I guess poinsettias were almost at that time of year, right?
It's got to be some
Yeah.
chemically altered one. So this is actually Brian's Iron's office.
Ah,
Was this in the original game?
It was to some degree, but it, again, wasn't quite as blown out. So
Yeah, it seems vaguely familiar to me.
if you're familiar with the story, he's definitely a fan of taxidermy, as you can see all the
You
stuff
don't
I
here.
remember
say.
that. Yeah.
So there's your famous typewriter, Sid.
All
You'll be able to
right.
save your game on those things. And of
so
course, these
good.
notes scattered without. This is actually really cool. So some somewhat symbolic references.
I
in his
still
journal
smell the
about-
wild beast.
Ugh. Yeah, I remember this stuff. This is way more elaborate, but I remember these references in the original.
I love stuff like this. Like every horror game, any open world game where I can just like pour through
Yeah.
all of the little details.
This is a nice touch, too. I
Read
like
every
zooming in
book.
on the doorknob like that. If that wolf comes to life, I'm going to lose it.
I know, I'm kind of waiting for something.
Is this
Or
disturbing?
just instead of a tiger, it's a licker, just like waiting. He's already taxidermied one. Man, this is a lot of fine china.
Yeah. Oh, gunpowder. So we have the ammo crafting in this?
That's right. So that's another thing from
Oh.
RE7 where you can, if you need certain things, you need weapons, you need ammo, you can craft to get what you need.
Famously introduced in Resident Evil 3.
Yeah.
That was also a great game.
So there's our parking key card. Unfortunately, for what we've got today, we're not going to be able to get it. You're going to have to go back and do a lot of puzzles and stuff to get it there. But just about wraps up what we got to show today. Other than that, we can kind of take a tour through the rest of Brian's office.
Yeah,
here.
let's take a look at this creepy stuff.
It's got a
Can we talk? I was about to say.
Dodo? How?
He's a pretty skilled hunter.
Listen, the chief of Raccoon City Police Department.
That's how big dodos were?
I actually can't verify that. I don't
Wow.
know. they're
Okay.
extinct now,
Maybe
aren't
it's
they?
like
So
a T-virus dodo or something.
yeah. So that's kind of showing you some of the things to get to that key card. You're going to need to find some stuff there. So all the notes they're found scattered throughout. Sometimes have just like gross, gory, like plot details. Some of them actually have like tips on how you open saves and find certain items. So definitely don't skimp on those. Even if you're not a huge, like, getting steeped in the lore fan, there's lots of secrets you can find.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Great.
All right. Well, Mike, thank you again for showing off Resident Evil 2. We're so excited. January 25th, 2019.
Great.
That's right.
Thanks,
Checking
Jay.
out on PS4 Pro here, looking fabulous. Thank you so much.
Great.